Is it recording?
Yep.
There you go. Welcome to the Phantom, my friends. Welcome to my office.
I like it.
Thank you. That's comfortable.
So we got you guys. You could introduce yourselves if you like. You got Royke, B. Carnes, Aleman, man. So we wanted to make a video. I wanted to make two different videos, but one's not going to be. One, we're just going to talk. Honestly, I want to talk, man. There's a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot, man. With Royke, this guy right here. That's why we put him in shotgun. You guys aren't important for the next day or so. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. No, serious. This guy, you're the what 6-time OG now. If you think about it.
I mean, OG, original, yeah.
Like the real OG.
Yeah.
Wow.
First class.
Think about it. He was before both of you guys, and then Brendan, and then Aleman. But shit, man,
Day one.
Literally, man, and it's funny because I was talking about you to my girlfriend, and many times I brought it up because you did the fact that you started out 2 years ago. And I told you this on the phone. I said with the real estate, like I said, I need more people like you just because it's the whole concept of you set out to do it and you stuck through it and did it and understood it. How long did it take though?
With the real estate?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about real estate, really April last year. I didn't know a thing about real estate aside from just having the interest as far as getting started with it and learning about investment, just learning about how to even go about it, how to go about the valuation of it. So we're talking April last year, April 2015. I didn't know anything, and that's when I started learning. But coming 1 year actually being engaged in the business, being out active with it, it's crazy to see how far you can come in that.
So April, you had zero experience.
I didn't know anything about real estate aside from
fucking way.
There's houses out there to go look at, to go buy, to go just put a value on it. I didn't know anything besides that. So
wow. So I know your brother had it, like he did property and stuff like that, and you just never knew or were into it.
No, I was never into it. I never followed along with it, so I didn't learn really anything from my brother.
Wow. So then what was it? Was it the class with my brother that you took?
Yeah, that's what sparked my, I already knew in my mind just, seeing what was possible with investing, to see, as far as real estate being one of those big mechanisms, as far as, you got real estate, you got the stock market, that's just a big piece of the puzzle. And I knew that was something I had to learn at some point. So when I saw the opportunity that your brother was going to have a class with it, I just, of course, jumped at it. I was engaged the whole time with him. I showed up every time. I did what he said to do, read the books he said to read, and that really got my mind thinking as to what the best way for me to start with it was. So that's really how it happened. So I was really fortunate to have the opportunity with your brother, because it really started it for me. That's
so what was the first thing you did? Were you listing a house? Did you have a buyer? What was your first deal?
My first deal was with a buyer, and honestly, it was really easy.
How did you find him?
It was actually just someone I knew. I was doing all sorts of things as far as, what agents do when they start to go out and find new business. So I had an open house one weekend, and I knew it was in the neighborhood that someone I went to high school.
Wait. So let me bring that. So you had an open house, and that's how you got the buyer?
I had an open house, but it was someone I already knew. So I just invited him and say, hey, I'm having an open house in your neighborhood. Why don't you come by? I had no idea they were going to do a move.
Wait, open house, like, what do you mean open house? Like a real, like so the property was for sale?
Yeah, property for sale. So
how did you get into there and hold the open house?
So another agent with the brokerage I was with had it as a listing. So I asked them, hey, can I just have an open house on your property that you have listed? And, they love that because it's free exposure.
Good. See, because that's one thing I wanted to highlight, because some people don't know you could do that.
Yeah.
So that's okay, perfect. So you had an agent who they had a listing, and you said, yo, let me host the open house for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so
got it.
Of course, I had the open house, and again, I already knew this couple, and I knew that they lived in the neighborhood. So I said, hey, I'm having an open house. Why don't you come by and just say hello? And again, I had no idea they were looking to move. Total surprise, but I did find out, and I helped them buy a new home. And what's nice about new homes is you don't really have to do anything. You just connect them with rep at the builder, and they take care of them. So that was really easy. But that was my first deal.
That was your first, and then so how long after you got your license, and how long did it take?
From getting I got my license technically July 2015, and again April. I didn't know a thing about real estate.
April, May, June, July. So 3 months.
I got it 3 months, but really I went through the class in less than a month, like all the Texas classes, because it's 4 days before you can take the final. There's 6 of them, so really I did it in 28 days, all the requirements. But between that point, it was actually signing up for the test, taking it, waiting for them to issue it, and so I did it as quick as I could. And but yeah, so this was December that first deal closed. So we're talking, I got my license July. I got started with the first brokerage in August, so we're talking several months before
September, October, November. That's a quarter.
Before the first deal, even closed.
Wow.
So it did take some time.
So what was that like then? What was did you have doubts? Were you?
I didn't have doubts, but I mean, it's definitely not easy, because you're talking there is startup costs involved. If you want to go out there and market yourself, you're talking about your time, but even aside from your time, you're talking about spending, honestly, several $1,000s. I think I spent $5,000 total.
Wow, on what?
You have the licensing process, which is just a small piece of it. Then you have marketing. If you join a brokerage, you have brokerage related fees. You might pay $500 just to get started. Buying materials. Anyway, it's little things that add up. We were talking about realtor fees, to join the board of realtors.
And isn't it in Texas? Isn't it? It's a lot
more expensive than California.
I think
it's amazing.
5 times more expensive. I think
you get paid more here, but it's a lot more expensive in Texas.
So weird, bro. I'm telling.
It's so funny, but but that's the case, because if you're talking about just going out and running your business, even if it's just you. And doing that for several months, it's not free to run your business. Plus your time, but just even aside from the time. But bottom line is, I was profitable after all expenses the first year, being that my deal closed before the year's end. But we're talking, several months. But I was in the green, even despite all the expenses after that deal. So that persistence paid off, and then momentum picks up.
That's the thing. I've seen so many. Both there's the new agents who start. Dude, they're done after that 4 months.
Most
of them are done, because they're like, what the fuck, it doesn't work.
They don't know what they signed up for.
Exactly.
It hits them in the face. And,
exactly. And some people, now it's for the other crowd that we kind of want to address, is you got to think about it. They're like the younger dudes, and then the people who are kind of just like you in April, who coming into it, they think, I'm going to be a real estate agent. Yeah. I'm going to fucking get this license. Next month, I'm closing a deal. Boom, boom, boom. They become on TV, all that. So that's kind of really, I think you're pretty successful at it now. You're doing it full time, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it full time. That's really why I haven't really even been active on the webinars. I'd love to be, but the fact is I'm not watching the real estate market. I'm not watching the stock market all day. I'm watching the real estate market.
Yeah.
And I'm out there just, using that momentum I've got in place to really build upon it and, create, that growth in my business. And, the main thing is at this point, just using that momentum to really build the capital I'm going to be working with in investing. So that's really important. So I'm, maximizing the value of the time I have now with that, just to,
And as a real estate agent, you control your own schedule, right?
I control my own schedule. And what's cool, actually, I could use the example. I'm here right now. But my business doesn't stop. I've got a deal closing Friday. I'm not even in Texas, and it's closing. I'm getting paid on Friday.
There you go.
I should have another one next week. So that's just, when you have everything in place and have systems going, I have someone back there. They don't work for me, but I have them showing houses for me nonetheless. I've got an agreement with them. So, even people I'm working with, they're getting taken care of. I'm gone here 2 weeks. They're getting taken care of, though. And, I'm just using the opportunity of being here to really get an idea of what the market's like in California and kind of branch off and
just get ready, man.
With it. Yeah. It's only been a year, but, I'm here and I'm ready to go with it.
That's the crazy part. We'll talk about that. And I just want to, what are the challenges for people now? Because again, I'm going back to addressing the people who just think you got to realize, man, you're making this shit look easy. You know what I'm saying? You're pulling what I'll do sometimes. That's why I got to give these disclaimers to make sure it's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I wish it was as easy as I'm making it look.
you know, like you got like the challenges. Like, so tell me what was the biggest problems you ran into or challenges like starting out as like managing your schedule then in that case, you know, was there at all? Like, how is it like the fact that you don't have a boss telling you something to do, you know, you're broke, there's so many agents under these brokers, they don't really care, you know, to a certain extent.
Yeah. I mean, it's a challenge because, you know, I guess the general idea you think like I always get this too because, you know, people ask me, if someone asks me when I work, I basically give them the notion whenever I want. But at the same time, like people take that as, oh, that must be nice. But really, it's actually more
Yeah.
on you because like if you can work whenever you want, then it's like, are you actually going to get anything done? And if you don't get anything done, you're not. I mean, you're just going to be out there doing nothing, and you know you don't get paid for doing nothing.
Man.
You get paid when you bring value, and you know. So that's the tricky part is, you know, like everyone wants to. Like they kind of look up to you if you say, oh, well, I just make my own schedule, but they don't understand the struggle of that. They don't understand that you've actually got to put in, you know, 10, 12 hours, you know, sometimes you just got to work all day to really get what you need to done. So it's not, you know, I mean, you do have that freedom, of course, but at the same time, just not being accountable to someone else besides yourself, you know, to me, that means more pressure. Like that's more pressure to me. And I think some people miss that aspect of it. So that's why you fail. If you miss that aspect, you're just going to slide.
Dude, you said it so perfectly. Literally, just like, oh, I make my own schedule. That must be nice.
Yeah.
That's literally the number one thing that gets said. That's so funny. So I guess, you know, then tell me this. What's the next hurdle you see, you know? What's the next challenge you see in your real estate career and, you know, moving forward? Like, what's the big goal? What's the wall that needs to be scaled right now?
Yeah, the big challenge definitely is, you know, going from the mode to where I'm doing everything myself to where I'm bringing on others to help me, to really help me. Like, as far as, you know, the time I'm going to spend here, I need to get a more permanent showing agent in place aside from just the temporary arrangement I have right now at this very moment. You know, going from that to having someone who's sort of exclusively doing that for me and being able to supply the demand with buyers just to keep them busy because, you know, obviously they're not going to commit unless I can keep them busy. And then, you know, even besides that, getting someone who can take care of the transactional side of the business, just stuff that will allow me to not have to be there all the time because, you know, if I was there, I'd be busy doing stuff. But, and that's just how it's been, you know, the prior months is, you know, I'm there, I'm doing everything, but it's going from that position to where the business is you to where you're actually putting a business in place that has its different components, its different people that are doing things for you because, you know, that's what it is for me. So that's the biggest hurdle is going from the point where I am the business to where it is a business. And that will allow me to grow the business and ultimately to make it to where I can spend my time and, you know, the capital that I'm slowly building up here to really focus the extra time I'll have on investing and building the assets.
Dude, that's what it is. So pretty much it's going from working to managing in a way, right?
Yes,
is that fair to say?
Yes, exactly. And, you know, that's really what it amounts to is, you know, it's how you spend your time because I could spend every day for the rest of my life working in my business and being the business, but I don't want to be the business. I want to run the business.
It's so funny because I even said that. I think I said it in a video, but I talked about it with some people the other day. It's just like, and this is for anybody, you know, making a business. It's just like, if you don't kind of have an exit plan in a way, you know what I'm saying? And not say that you're quitting, but if you don't have the bigger picture, like you're saying, of how you're going to let this thing, build this machine, you're going to be working, you're an employee your whole life.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most common business owner or entrepreneur even out there is someone who created their own job, and it's really a job because if you stop working, it stops. But, you know, I want to create something to where it's not that I stop working, but I'm just in a position to where I'm overseeing it and making sure that it's going efficiently. Because if that's the case, that means I don't need to physically be working in it, the whole
Exactly.
day. But I can just make sure that all the systems are in place so that those who are working in it are, being provided for, and then, everyone the business serves is being provided for. And, that, again, frees me to really build on what my goals are.
Man.
Which is more than just a job. I didn't get in it to create a job for myself from day one. I never had that in my mind. I had, more towards what I ultimately wanted to do. So I think that's the difference. And
It's building an empire, man.
That's why I'm at this point. That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it, and then we'll see you guys. I want to talk to New York over here, and then Mr. California, and
Yes.
we'll talk about the real estate market now, and kind of some of that stuff. And for those people listening, he needs people to work for him. If you're in Texas, showing agents, give these guys a job. Who knows? We'll use pickle.
We'll use pickle, yeah.
I like pickle. No, but it's so we'll explain. Kind of. You coming out. Obviously, we're about to go on a retreat, do all that good stuff. But it's the main reason. Tell them what's the plan.
Yeah, the plan. I've never been to San Diego before. Just the general area we're in. The California market, I found it fascinating, the little I do know about it. So, again, this is like my April again. Just, I know more about real estate now, but, the California market's totally new to me. But, I see opportunity with it, and, I'm here to really, get a feel for it and, see where the opportunity lies for me to, take action, do something with it.
Yeah.
And, branch, I'm not going to stop with Texas, but, just sort of an expansion. That's really what it is.
Exactly. Now, so you do have to get licensed here.
Yes.
Aren't you taking the test here very soon?
That was the plan. I didn't realize when I planned the trip that they take a month to process it, so they take longer than I take to basically take care of it myself. So they've got to let it sit in the mail for a while and kind of marinate. But,
right. That's the best way to describe it.
But I suspect that within 2 or 3 weeks they will let me know that I can take the test, and at that point I'll come back out here and take care of that. So it's just a game of patience at this point. But after that point, I will have my license. I did take all the tests and the requirements, and so once I'm licensed, I can actually do the business.
Exactly. The best part too.
It won't stop me from learning in the meantime.
Oh no, definitely. That's what I want to talk about. The market here, because I'm sure what you might be interested in with California, as a lot of people when it comes to real estate agents, these commissions. Mm-hmm. You're talking average home prices upwards of $300,000, $350,000.
Oh yeah.
And that's for that's like the medium home. Yeah. We'll say that's your average citizen. When you look around America, the average home price is what, $200,000, $250,000 for nationwide.
Like $240,000 maybe, $230,000.
It's
in that area.
It's crazy because you saw, man. I was just with Kenneth, and like the properties that you get for $240,000 nowadays. Like if you went to LA and San Diego, what you get for $240,000, you wouldn't want to live there. Mm-hmm. Simple as that, But then Ohio, man, you go to like, Ohio, fucking Florida, dude. Believe it or not, Miami. Let me ask you guys, what do you guys think about Miami? If I said South Beach, Miami, on the water, what would you, if I said a 2-bedroom condo, how much do you think it cost in Miami? Let's see what I'll tell you.
You mean actually on the water?
You have to answer. You have to answer last. You have to answer last. So good question you're asking. All right, we'll say 1,000 square feet. 1,000 square feet, 900 square feet, 2 bedrooms, ocean view.
Like
Ocean view.
Right after the water, pretty much.
Yeah, ocean view.
I answer last though, so these guys can go for it.
450, like a very small condo.
Okay, 450.
I was just say like in 300 range.
300 range. Okay.
400.
It's about like 300. It's like in between 3 and 4, depending on. Obviously, I don't know Florida, Miami like that, but I know Miami, Florida. Like I gotta check the zip codes. Obviously, that's an important thing.
Yeah.
They go for $300,000, $400,000 on the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I'll tell you, there's one I saw here. It was a 1-bedroom, 600 square feet in Pacific Beach, and it had not an ocean view, but more like what's the end of like the ocean, and it kind of looks like a swamp. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like it's like a little swamp area.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it had a view of that on the water. How much do you think that was?
They say ocean view though.
Yeah, technically it is an ocean view. Guess how much that would go for? Pretty much same specs with a bedroom less actually, but same square footage. Oh, ocean view of the water, everything.
Like $500,000 at least, or maybe more.
It's about like 470.
Jesus.
You know, so and to me, I don't know, I think some people might find that mind-blowing because like a piece of shit here is very upscale there, you know. Come on, these are I have to send my shots at fucking all these Forex fags. I'm sorry, just sorry to derail, but like come on, like, you know, think about it. They're posting pictures in places like this, like these are like $200,000-$300,000 condos. That's it. It doesn't matter if beautiful view. You can't deny that. You know what I'm saying?
Like average.
But
nothing special.
Exactly. That then you come. So think about it. You're selling a upscale house in there to some people, and you know it's upscale or it's a little more expensive comparative to what you get in the area. Your commission check, that 3% on that is going to be like what? On 300,000, like $9,000. Yeah, that's exactly. So you have $9,000 from that. And that's to sell the oceanfront condo with $1,000 a month, $500 a month homeowner fee, valet. Like, think about the clientele you're looking at, right? Mm-hmm. But now, fuck the oceanside property here. You know what I'm saying? Or the fucking swamp. You go and you look at $300,000 here. You're selling to the single family, the family, the mom, the dad, the two kids. You know, the one, they only have one kid or they just moved in, they have a baby. You're selling those all fucking day.
Yeah.
You look around, you know, you go look at these neighborhoods. I think I'm the only one in this neighborhood who does not have a child. So think about that. You know, that's families with two sources of income, you know, so, and then now here's a little thing. So what do you think it's weird kind of to think about. What do you think is an important factor when selling these homes then? Here in California and almost anywhere, but now we're targeting the market. You see what I'm saying? So we're going after, you know, I don't want isn't it funny? You know, you see the Phantom, you see the Ferrari. It's like, I'm not going after people driving these. I do have some of those listings and those are great. Like, you know, but like we have a Malibu listing, $3.2 million, $500,000 commission. That's it. It's a referral commission. You know?
Oh, yeah?
So think about that. You're like, yeah, that's good. Good luck finding someone buying that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. But what if I told you, find 10 people who want to buy a $320,000 home?
Line them up.
Line them the fuck up right now. What do you mean? Look how many houses are in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be getting $9,000 per each one, granted, you only make $90,000 comparative to $500,000, but guess what? That's $90,000 to get a home where it's not like, how hard do you have to sell a family to say, and I hate saying sell because you're actually, the Malibu house, you're selling that bitch.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are selling that shit. The single family homes like this with a family, you're actually helping them find a home, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why I say, what factor, this is, I guess, kind of a little offshoot, but what factor do you think is important?
It's the price point that appeals to families.
Oh, let's ignore price. Let's talk about location and area, because this is one of the reasons why the house in this location, or this one that we're in right now, I yielded about 20%, 25% in value in 5 months. There's a couple specific factors. There was one where we were talking about with the bubble. This house, 2006, 2007, sold for $720,000. I bought it for $380,000. The houses here are going for about $450,000 now.
Yeah.
You know, $450,000, $480,000. So one, they need to catch up to post bubble, but there's another factor that makes this area very appealing. Think about the families. Think about the kids, bro. Listen to the kids. Anyone?
Like good schools.
Yeah, good schools. Every single school here in this fucking 30-40 mile vicinity is, I think, out of like it's hard to say what the scale is. You go on the Redfins, the Zillows. These are 8 to 9, 10 schools.
Those are good, yeah.
They're perfect. Literally, these are schools that are top couple hundred in the nation, low crime rate. you know? And that's why, remember I told you upstairs, I was like, yo, we could take over this place, you know? Because this is a very appealable place.
Yeah.
You know, but it's reasons like that. So, what the fuck was that? What's that noise? But as you can see, you know, there's multiple factors going into it, but it's just like, and I hope we're just seeing, you know, there's multiple ways to approach the real estate market and understanding the markets, but you know, going back to the main thing, it's just like, it's the area we're in now. Because now think about it, like I said, these people need these homes. You're helping them out. You're putting them in good schools, good houses, finding them that good utility. But the average price is so fucking much, you know. Because I'll ask you, what is $320,000, $350,000,
Yeah.
$380,000? What does that get you in Texas?
In Texas, that gets you. I mean, that's the price range I deal with actually. And,
Really?
You know, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that gets you generally 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. Great side of town. Best schools in the city. Yeah, but yeah, big houses. Super nice. I mean, comparatively here, it'd be a lot more.
Well, I'm saying, what are your clients? So, what do they work as? Like, what jobs?
Generally, you know, we're not talking average. We're talking a little above average. We're not talking about, you know, upper, but we're talking about, you know, they're generally in some leadership role with what they do, administrative, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. See, so why I'm asking that is because now I think that's the big difference. Is that because now you look at the people getting the loans here, they just work.
They just work, yeah.
Simple as that. They're working like legitimately $50,000 a year or less jobs, you know. But there's two sources of income: the mother and father.
Yeah.
But it just, so that's what's the crazy part to me, and like that's where you should see it. Just like pretty much, and it's not to say, oh, it's these types of people, it's this type of this, but it's just to say your market of buyers
If you have a job,
is
then you're. Yeah.
that's it. Simple as that. The market of buyers out here, and the price point to just be getting $9,000, $10,000, $15,000 commissions, man, it's ridiculous. So it's that, you know, I don't know. If there's anything, I feel like this is a long ass video. Is it still recording? Oh, I peeked my head. Hello. No, but anything else? Should we wrap it up there?
I mean,
I feel like
these guys want to say anything.
We could record another video. That's what I was about to do. I was about to get another, but I'm just like, I feel bad for these guys right now. You guys are just, I feel like.
Dude, no, I'm just saying that, like, I feel like I've seen Royke start from the beginning ever since he took the class and grew to where he is right now. I think it's like truly inspiring. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I think it's amazing, man. I'm honored to work with this guy, and just to see this, to see him go from that, it's fucking awesome, dude.
Absolutely.
From April, I didn't know that, bro. I thought you knew fucking something. I thought you had.
I didn't know anything.
What do you mean? That's insane.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of progress just from when I became a pledge as well.
Right? Yeah, I feel you on that. Even.
Listing a few houses.
It's just like, right, like, it's like lifting weights or something, or it's just like once you just like, you hit the power band, man. It's literally, it's like the Ferrari, you know, I'd say the Maserati is the best example. That thing has a turbo lag, kind of. Not saying you lag, but you floor it, you know, you floor that shit, because this guy did this in a year. That's insane, man. You know, like, dude, I know real estate agents been doing this for like 5 years, a decade, and just like, they're still just like, I don't get it.
Level, you know?
It's insane. So it's just like you hit the gas pedal, and you floored it, and then you're still moving, and then right when you just hit 4,000 RPM, it just seems, every time I fucking talk to this kid, he just, that's what's up, man. So keep fucking going. Don't stop. You got, you know, I'll tell you, actually, I'm gonna tell you the bad job. Okay?
Okay.
Bad job.
Okay.
You're doing bad.
Fair enough.
You got a lot more to do.
I
You know,
agree.
why do I say that? Just because, you know, the minute you hear good job, I'm like, I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, for a Rolls Royce, we doing good. Let's kick it. So no, you know, definitely. There's crazy people out there. Honestly, I'll just tell you now. It's you're doing good if you want to be average.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
I
this
agree.
now, but like you're on the path for greatness. Seriously, to be able to like for fucking 12 months, telling me you want to go from Texas, you already got that shit going on autopilot. You want to come out here. You want to go in between there. You want to build this empire. You have the vision. Keep the vision. Keep the goal. You know what I'm saying?
That's right,
you know the key. What separates successful men from unsuccessful men? It's a pop quiz, motherfuckers. You guys don't remember? Earl Nightingale. Come on. What separates? What is it?
Become what you think, or
It is, but there's one thing. It separates failures from people who do something.
Action.
No.
persistence.
No, man, look at this. Good. I hope everybody on video sees this, man.
Man, disappointment right here.
Goals.
Goals.
Oh, yeah.
Goals. Come on. Maybe it's too easy. Maybe it's too easy for you guys. Goals. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. You know, we were just talking. It's funny, like you're informing some of these people. But what was it, man? You were outlining your goal.
Yeah, no, from day one. Yeah, day one it was the goals. I didn't just get in thinking, oh, let me just be a real estate agent. No, like day one, I knew, that's honestly a small step of the process. You know, that wasn't my ends. You know, that wasn't. I'm not just doing it to be an agent. I'm not just doing it to work.
Oh, it turned off? Press it
I
again?
heard a click.
It probably because we shot this for too. How long is this?
We killed the battery.
I don't think the battery. Oh, wow. That was 31 minutes?
Sweet.
Felt like it, yeah.
It's recording?
Oh, I think the battery's dead.
Oh yeah, it's red, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, shit. All right.
When did it go off?
No, I think it just did.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
clicked up.
All right, we'll just end it there.